Hello and welcome to today's crafty video, because it's very much a crafty one. We're using alcohol inks today, and I do need to shake some of these up because they are ones that have got, not that one. This one is a silver one, so it's got all the pigment sunk to the bottom. I also haven't used them for quite some time, so to get them activated I did have to squish, to get that little ball activated I did have to squish the bottom. Anyway, we've got these. The colours I've got are Baja Blue, Pearl, Senorita Magenta, Silver, this one I love is Diamond Sparkle, Teal and Lime Green. I don't know if that one's separated a bit as well. Anyway, last week I went to Calder Arts in Huddersfield to learn how to do learn a bit more about acrylic. Not acrylic, these are not acrylics, Sue. To learn a bit more about using alcohol inks, because I've got these, I've had them for quite some time and I don't use them. Mainly because I didn't like the results I got with them. I think I just didn't know when to stop. But then that can be the case for quite a lot of these things. Anyway, we had a lovely tutor called Trey, and one of the things that she showed us how to do was to use them on Christmas baubles. So I actually made 2 baubles. This is one of them. So it starts out as a clear, it was like this, so that has got a pearlescence to it. So this one was pinks and magentas, and this was the other one, which I think is my favourite actually. So this was a mix of greens and blues. I think if you're going to add anything extra to it, you would need to be careful, because alcohol inks reactivate when you add more alcohol to them. So when you add more alcohol inks, it reactivates the ink that's already there. I'm also not sure whether this is fireproof now, but hey ho, who knows. So I thought I'd just show you the other things that I made on that day. This took quite a long time and it's quite a mess in a lot of ways. However, it was a playing and learning session, not producing a great work of art. So I learned things about how to create these lovely textures, and you can see I did quite a lot of blowing with a straw. These bits here, these clearer blobs, are where I was dropping it was alcohol, I think it was isopropyl alcohol, I think, onto it. And you can see that there's differences in how the glittery shiny ones react and how the other ones react, and some of them are more transparent. So this orangey brown was more transparent than some of the other colours, so you can see the colours underneath. So I wasn't so happy with that one. This one I was a bit more considered with my colours, and I really like this pale blue here. This turned out really nicely. I wasn't so happy with this bit here, which is like a yucky non-browny colour, but I did like how it spread into here. So I can go into this now and draw on it, may well Zentangle on it or something like that, I don't know. And then this one was a little tile, just an ordinary white tile, and I somehow managed to get a dolphin, which is quite cute. This again, I think I overworked it a bit, and I'm not going to play with that one, but I will. I'll show you with that in a minute. The other things we need today, we need a paintbrush and we need a little palette to put our inks into. So let me just move those out of the way. And what should we put on? That one needs shaking up. the glittery stuff in the pearl and the diamond sparkle, they just sink to the bottom so quickly because the particles are so big. Let's add a bit of this one. I'm hoping it still works because I haven't used it for some time. So you in then. Ooh. Oh goodness me, it smells like nail varnish, this one. So just give you an idea that it reactivates what was underneath. But that one in particular gives you a nice glitter that actually does remind me of a nail polish I used to love, which was like a mermaidy one. So yeah, you can see how it kind of reacts with stuff. Anyway, on to what we're doing today. We have a bauble. Oh, see, I've got it all over my hands already, which has just reminded me. Protect your work surface. So this is just a scrap piece of paper. This may take a bit longer because it's a bigger bauble than these ones. So we're just going to see what happens. And I think what I would recommend is that you test your colours out, because sometimes when they mix, like we saw on the other one, they give you yucky colours. But we're going to use the Baja Blue. Don't think you really need very much of it. Make sure you put the lids back on. This is the teal. Oh, a bit much of that one. And we'll use the lime green. You may have noticed a theme, and if I show you my jumper today, these are my favourite kind of colours at the moment. Oops, that's got some white stuff in it. Let's not use that. Must be white acrylic or something in there. And I think with this one and the pearl and the silver, we might just put it straight onto the thing. So this is literally all we did. We picked up, let's pick up a bit of that. Oh, interesting. So we picked up the alcohol ink and just spread it around on the bauble. Let me move that out of the way and zoom in for you. Might not show up very well actually because of the white paper underneath. And you do need to work quite quickly. Oh, look at that. And the colours will just mix and blend on the thing. Bauble. Oh, this teal looks quite like the Baja Blue. Or maybe it's because I'm not cleaning my brush off after each colour I've used. I might have muckied up all my colours in that first little bit. Oh well. And you see where the colours overlap, you get more depth to your colour. I'm just going to get this teal one. This is the other way you can do it, just by directly applying it, and it will run, and you can blow it. And blowing it actually helps it to dry a bit quicker as well. Let's see if the teal blue is really, oh yeah, the teal, yeah. It is quite different if you look. And because these baubles are slightly shimmery anyway, you don't actually have to fill the whole thing. So this is so hard for you to see. I've not covered the whole thing. Quite like that effect. The tricky bit is getting it to dry. Shall we add on, I don't think I really want to add silver, but maybe this might be fun. I don't think it's really going to show up very much against the thing. Let's do the pearl one. I did get a whole load of it over my hand then. If you are working with alcohol inks, I would suggest working in a well ventilated room. Oopsie. Oh, let's just let that all roll around. Now I think I've got it on my face. Not sure what colour I've got on my brush. The other thing that would be useful for you to have handy is some alcohol, rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol, so that you can clean your brush and activate things. You can see how quickly it's all evaporated from my dish. And if you don't like a bit, you can just add more. More ink, more alcohol, more shimmer. So I'm going to let this dry and then come back to you. So I thought I'd put a black background down because it didn't seem to be showing up quite so well on the other ones. So here is the bauble. And like I say, you can play a bit more with it. I really need to get some isopropyl alcohol to clean my brush and my palette, and to help with moving these around a little bit more. One word of warning: wherever it looks a bit shiny like that, it might not be quite dry. So the other thing is it does stain your fingers. Anyway, I think this one here is still my favourite. I think probably the colours, and I think if I was going to be doing more of these, which I think I will be, I will get some more colours. I didn't want to add I think the magenta would be okay with this, because I think you would get like a nice purpley colour, but just to show you today, that's what you can do with alcohol inks and Christmas baubles. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.